all you turnkeys, hacks, screws, and officers. Salty CO coming at you. It's kind of a gloomy fall day, kind of. Sun in the background, clouds ahead of me. Today we're going to talk about a couple things that, one I don't agree with in the world of corrections, and the other one I didn't agree with to begin with, but now I kind of, I guess, drank the Kool-Aid. So the first one is cussing at inmates, swearing at inmates. I know I've done it. I'm sure a lot of you that watch this have done it. And there's a time and place for it. But I remember many years ago, another agency I worked for, the warden said you can't do it. If he catches you, he's going to write you up. And my current agency, we can get in trouble for it. An inmate files a grievance, you swore at an inmate, it can get you in trouble. But the reality of it is this, that I don't think administrators kind of key in on. When you swear at an inmate in a appropriate manner, it can convey the sense of urgency that comes into the situation. Now, for those of you that are offended, I apologize. I am going to swear in this video. I try not to. I try to be a good boy when it comes to this. But when you tell an inmate to stop where he is, or she is, I guess, or stop where they are, and they don't stop, and you turn around and you say, stop right the fuck there, they understand that the situation's a little bit more intense. There's more to it because of their cultural upbringing. Or you're telling an inmate, give me your hand, because you have them on the ground, you're trying to restrain them, give me your hand, and they aren't giving it to you, give me your fucking hand. Again, puts a little bit of more oomph on your phrase. Inmate being an idiot, and you tell them stop being an idiot. If they're being a real idiot, you can say stop being a dumbass. To them, they understand, oh, an idiot is someone who's stupid. I'm not stupid, I'm smart, I got street smarts. But if you tell them you're being a dumbass, they understand that, you know, what being a dumbass is. So, it has its time and place when it comes to swearing at inmates. That's the biggest thing I have to say on that. It's time and place. Don't be swearing at the inmates all the time. Don't be calling them, you know, all kinds of names. You know, be aware that some inmates, if you turn around and call them a bitch, they're gonna fight you. And if it's a Sereno, you're gonna lose. Because a Sereno code of conduct is when one gets involved, all get involved. Doesn't matter. So you're gonna have a big fight on your hands. And now by lose, I mean you're going to lose that argument because your lieutenant or supervisor is going to show up. They're going to find out what happened. You're going to get in trouble. I don't mean you're going to get beat. Okay? Could it turn to that? Yes. Be cognizant of what's going on. Be safe while you're at work. Pay attention to your surroundings. Keep your situational awareness, what's going on. So I don't want you guys to think I'm, you know, saying you call someone a bitch, you're going to get jumped. You might, but... And that's, again, still losing. The goal of our shifts is to go home safe every single day. So, anyways, the other one that I, at first, didn't really agree on, and over my years, I've come to drink the Kool-Aid, is well, referred to as hug-a-thug. You know, holding inmates accountable, treating them like human beings. When I started, you know, I was 20 years old. Bulletproof, Superman, nothing could hurt me. So I didn't care. I thought hug-a-thug is the dumbest thing ever. But then through my career, I've found that treating these guys like human beings, and being decent, and, you know, holding them accountable for their actions. Like for me, I work in men's prison, so I hold a man accountable. Like ask him, are you a man or are you a boy? Are you gonna own your screw ups like a man, or are you gonna try to cower like a child? You know, man up. And of course, this wind picks up. It's worked for me in the past, to the point now where I have inmates that have been at my facility for longer than I've been there, who know me, who know that if I am talking to them, I'm coming at them man to man. I'm not coming at them officer to inmate. If I'm being decent to you, I'm going to be decent, you know, expect decency back. It's like for like. Now, if you're going to be an idiot and going to be disrespectful, well, I have no reason to be respectful. Am I going to give them some level of respect? Yes. I'm going to give him the basic level of respect that every human being deserves. Am I going to give him the same amount of respect I would if he came to me, man to man, owned up to his screw up, said, yeah, you know, I did, CO, I did that, yeah, all right, I screwed up. Cool. You owned it. That's fine. You owned it like a man. I'm going to hold you accountable for your actions like I would a man. So, yeah, I'm not all for the being a shoulder to cry on when it comes to an inmate. Like, oh, you know, my baby girl left me. You know, I have no money. Sucks to suck, man. You're in prison. And I'm not going to be hug a thug when it comes to the family, because I've had family call. I'm like, hey, I'm trying to get a hold of Pookie. You know, can you hit him a message? Nope, sorry, you can't. Not allowed to. Well, can you tell me what? Can you tell him to call me? Nope, can't do that. And even if it wasn't against policy, I still wouldn't do it, because you know what? He's a grown man. If he doesn't want to call you, I'm not going to tell him and be his dad and tell him to call you. That's not how it works. But the part of hug a thug I do hold on to is the whole treat people with respect. Treat inmates with respect. Give them what they have coming and nothing more. I'm not saying going and stepping outside your bounds of comfort when it comes to the inmate and do things that make you feel uncomfortable. I'm saying turn around and treat them like you want to be treated. It took me a while to learn that one. It really did. It took me a long time to learn that one. But I can tell you, it's paid dividends. A little bit of story time. My last agency I worked at, my buddy and him and I kept swapping off this position where we would escort inmates and visitors to the visiting room. And we got told one night by our lieutenant, hey, go lock up so-and-so. Okay, we'll go lock up so-and-so. Well, the inmate happened to be an actual semi-pro MMA fighter. Okay. So the lieutenant's like, you know what? No, I want everybody who's available. I want every staff member on that unit when you do this, in case he decides to fight. Okay, we don't need it. Him and I have rapport. My buddy and I have rapport with the inmate. But you're the boss. So we get up there. There's like 8 officers up there. And we look at everybody. Me and my buddy are like, all right, you guys stay in the office. If we need you, you'll know it. It was kind of a hospital building. It used to be a state hospital, which is kind of a common theme, I think, in prisons. Maybe I should talk about that sometime, do some research. Anyways, the way the offices are set up, they have like a fishbowl type window looking out and down the hallway. You could look down the hallway. So we weren't that far from the officer station. So we're like, yeah, you guys stay here. If we need you, you'll know it. So we go to the inmate's dorm. It's after lockdown, so we unlock the door. I'm like, hey, come on out here. He looks at us, like, yeah, what can I do for you guys? We need you to turn around and cuff up. We gotta take you to the hole. Okay, do you know why? Honestly, man, we were told just to lock you up. I don't know why. The boss just said do it. Okay. The boss will come tell you in a little bit why you're locked up. Get the paper. Okay. So he turns around, puts his hands behind his back, we cuff him up. We start walking, escorting him down to the elevator. It's a high-rise building. Walk past the office, and he sees all those staff sitting in the office. He looks over his shoulder at me and goes, "Were all those here for me?" Me and my buddy both kind of chuckle, and we both go, "Yeah, Lieutenant thought you might be in trouble, so you sent everybody up here." It's like, It's like, if you came to the door with all those staff, there would have been trouble. Yeah, we kind of figured. That's why we ran out there, and we're the ones that went to the door to get you. And, lo and behold, having that rapport with that inmate prevented somebody from getting hurt, even the inmate getting hurt, because we had to tussle and take him to the floor. So having rapport, because we treated this guy with respect. I stripped him out, did visual searches on him more times than I care to remember. And when it's all said and done, I was never disrespectful to him. We had to do it. We knew it was part of the job. He knew it was part of going to a visit. So him and I had no issues with each other. And end of the day, it saved us having to fight a guy who knows how to fight, which is not common for an inmate. So, long and short of it is all of Hug a Thug a good thing? Yes and no. I'm sure there's other parts that I haven't been exposed to that I might agree with, but from what I've been exposed to, not all of it's bad. The biggest thing on it is treat inmates with respect. Treat them with the respect you deserve as a human being, and give them the respect in the hopes of getting that respect back. And start small. Give them the basic respect, and then work your way up. Not saying become friendly with the inmates. It's a good way to get compromised. But start with a little bit of respect, just a little bit. And as time goes on, find out where you're comfortable at that level of respect. Before you know it, you might actually have inmates coming to you and dropping snitch notes telling you what's going on in the unit. And, if you're an institution that has issues where inmate disturbances, riots, whatever, you might even get a snitch note saying don't come to work, so you can pass that on to the boss saying, hey, something's going to pop off. So, that's it for today. A little bit of a shorter one. Watch out for each other. Stay safe. And thanks to all you guys that subscribe and like the videos. Like I say in every one of these videos, I do this for you. Don't do it for me. I don't get any money out of this. I'm just trying to pass off any knowledge I have. Leave me comments. I'd like to see what you guys have to say. Reach out to Facebook. I have my Facebook page too. But take care of each other. Stay safe. Salt the CEO out.